Just, if you got time, it's on your calendar, or go in and look for some of the other bits. But today is the meat and potato day. There's 3 or 4 different panels on different things that are going to be extremely good for you guys, if you guys are interested, okay?
And this is in the world?
You go into the world, it'll also be on YouTube. So if you just YouTube it, if you can't do it to the world or something, it's on it. Another thing along those lines, here's something all of us should be doing if you're not already, to stay connected and to get information. There's on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You don't have to go into the world, you can go on YouTube. They're doing, like what they're calling EXP Explains Leadership, that there are different people within the company that's doing all sorts of stuff, from Glenn Sanford, from our founder to that, and you can actually get this stuff every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, like clockwork. One of the big pushes with EXP right now is that we be in front on the production side. So the trainings that they're talking about are training productions. There's stuff obviously to help build your business as far as your revenue share side and all of that. But this stuff is all geared to help you make more sales. To help us work and adjust into the current market, okay? And the challenges that the market has. So if you have questions about it, see me later. But it's stuff. And again, this stuff is there for you. All I gotta do is plug in. So that being said, it's dark, I'm old, and my eyes are going bad, so y'all have to forgive me.
I'm sorry,
That's not right.
I am paying attention, but what YouTube, which?
I'm sorry. So if you go on YouTube, you can just put in like EXP in the search bar. Put in EXP leadership, and then it'll start, and then you can subscribe, and it'll notify you.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it's every Monday, and then you can obviously look at it anytime. But they're live. Well, I should have said that. So the times I'm talking about on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they're live. And Fridays leadership meetings are also company meetings. Like the other 2 are specifically generally talking about ideas and business building stuff. On Fridays, the first part of that Friday meeting is all company stuff that you can plug into, learn, know, feel good about, and all that other good stuff. And then right after it on Fridays, they have what they call an icon coaching session. So they'll generally have 5 to 7 icon agents that'll be on. And I'm telling you, this stuff is good because you're really plugged in to people that are doing really good production, really good business, and they're giving you the blueprint for free. Anywhere else for this kind of stuff, you're going to pay something.
Oh, that's true.
So you get it for free. So anyway, that is that. Y'all give me for free. So that way, if I mess up today, y'all can't be mad because it's free. And so guess what? So I don't know how many of you guys did. No, go ahead.
Are these live Pacific Standard Time?
Yes. They're Pacific Standard. I want to say it's 8 o'clock. I want to say it's 8. But again, it's YouTube. So once it goes live, though, you can watch it anytime.
Oh.
Yeah. So they're on YouTube, and they immediately post them. And like now, you go back and look at how you like. There's one this morning. Y'all can't watch that because we here. If I see somebody looking at YouTube while I'm talking, it's gonna be a problem.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, you can do it anyway. I see you over there too. I saw you. No, I'm just playing. See, they have but yeah. I want you guys to get this stuff though to plug in because we are not alone. I don't want you guys to ever feel that you're on an island by yourself. First of all, y'all get enough videos and stuff from me. And if nothing else, I'm talking to you every day, pretty much. If nothing else, you can be able to see it in that. You're not alone. There are 87,000 of us. There are 87,000 of us, and the way our company is built, the synergy for that, and the way we all improve, and the way we all build our businesses and make the quote unquote make money is the synergy that we have. And that's what's different than franchises and other stuff. So this stuff is free. All I gotta do is plug in. If you ever have questions, you're not quite sure, reach out. We can get back to you, let you know, and that. I just think it's really important that you guys know that there's stuff you can get into, so you're not thinking like, oh, I'm by myself, I have to wear that to the physical law. All this other kind of stuff. We're just making that this is the Regis office. And how nice the Regis office was, right? I go to Regis all the time. There's places for you guys to go and to get stuff to connect in and to be connected. So that being said, how many of you guys are using Chat GPT?
Oh, God.
Dude, I just right. Actually, know you were because of your content. And I'm going to tell you guys, there's something, you just look online, it's called Chat GPT.com. You can put in, this is like artificial intelligence, like Star Trek type.
It's scary.
You know, that whole stuff about it's coming. No, it's here. You just better be here with it. So you can, so for some of you, if you see some of my videos lately, the topics, I got the topics from there. I got the topics from there. So I even plug in, so you'll see the first 5 things I'm going to talk about, I picked up from Chat GPT. So I reason I say that though, if you guys ever, say you're hoping you're doing videos. If you're doing videos, you don't know what to say. You don't have a topic. You put it in Chat GPT, what are the 5 things a homeowner should do before selling a house? It's going to pull out 5 things for you. All you got to do is read it, talk about it. You got a video, or you got a blog. You got this. Don't complicate this stuff. Get out content. Don't sit around there and you got to make it perfect. Like, by the time you make it perfect, dog, it's going to be a different subject. Right? Let that stuff do the heavy lifting for you. And you kind of go from there. So, 5, I'm gonna talk about database, and Michael's gonna make me stop because I can talk all day, right? And then Michael's gonna come in and he's going to specifically show you some things about KV Core. Which is good. So maybe I better stop fasting because they started clapping when they said that.
By request.
That was a good day.
We're gonna fill this up, guys. Because we are on a tight schedule here today, we're gonna go, and since we have Elgin in here, we're gonna be doing this, and we'll get a lot of information from Elgin. I'll come in and we're gonna do some KV Car good stuff, but we are gonna follow this up next week with an evening Zoom, so everybody can do it, where we can go more in depth. So when we touch on some things, and then you guys can come back to us and say, I would like to get more into this, I wanna find out more about this, and we will basically dedicate
And
to
we're not
those
going to
things.
give you the date and the time until you check the video. I'm going to make sure y'all watch the video, so if nothing else, y'all go. So he's kind of like giving folks money they wasn't expecting to come in the local way, and you tell them to go away $20. Y'all ain't never done that? I've done that. You know, I'm talking about that in my database. I've done that. You guys don't laugh. I've got a story about that. So really get it on topic. 5 reasons an agent should have a database. Like, how many of you guys actually have a database? We're going to start there. Or know what a database is. Show of hands. How many people actually have a database? I know what it is. And have no shame about that. Because there are many of our people that are in business that don't really know or do or have a database. If you're someone who's been in business as long as I have been, I'm not going to throw Gail out there. I'm going to just say, we've been out there around the same amount of time. Is that when we started, there was no database.
Rolodex.
There was a Rolodex. 8 cards, whatever, I ain't dealing with fractions. Little cards you put in a box. That was your database. Your database. Yeah, there you go. Eventually you got the planners. You thought it was really a big thing when you got to have a physical planner and trying to use that as a database. Write into it. You got a notebook, write everybody's name and number in it. You mess up somebody's name and a number and you screwed up your database. But you had something. Nowadays, there's no real excuse about that because of what's available, and we're going to quite talk about that. But for the first thing, as far as actually why you should have a database, much better client management, right? You need client management, and your database will allow you to store and organize your information from clients to transactions to whatever it is. Number 2, it really increases your efficiency, right? Because as the larger your database gets, you need to have your database be efficient because your database is actually what you're using to build your whole business around. So you really want that. Number 3, improve your follow-up. See, one of the biggest things that we do is we take leads we meet people, we talk to folks one time. And then be mad when you drive by their house and there's a sign in the yard. Or be mad when you go around and finally get back to calling somebody back they bought a house a year ago. Because we didn't follow up. I was talking with Janet earlier because she's getting really, really good with starting her database, and we were just talking about follow-up. Let me tell you something, we'll talk about it later. There's no such thing as following up too much. If you follow up too much, folks will let you know. Like if somebody's following up too much for me, I'll say, look, dude, stop calling me. How often does that happen?
Right.
Or maybe I say, stop calling me today. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to remember that people's lives are not revolving around waiting to hear from us about some real estate. You got a whole bunch of other stuff going, but it's time we want to be the person that's ready, that's there to help them with their need. All right. Number 4, you're able to keep up with better market knowledge that you can do things with your database. Keep them up on marketing trends, keep them up on sales, keep them up on stuff going up in the area, just those types of things. And number 5, needless to say, if you get organized better with your database, that will increase your productivity. It just will increase your sales. So believe it or not, I got all 5 of those things from ChatGPT. Thank you. So,
Can you say the last 5, what was the heading on 5?
I'm sorry. Oh, just five.
No, I mean, what was number?
So chat
Oh, what was number 5 is just increase sales. Increase your sales and make it and just more effectively. So now let's talk about actual database stuff. And this ain't database stuff by ChatGPT. This is database stuff by Elgin. And this is stuff done that we work that's done by experience, basically. Okay. I can tell you that probably at least the last 25 years, the majority of stuff, everything else we do has come from our database. So from a database, the database does not have to be, we're talking about that, does not have to be a quadrillion people in it. But I'm gonna tell you, your database, honestly, should feed you 6 figures a year. You should be able to do 6 figures a year just on your database. And if you're working it correctly. I mean, the blessings that we've had in the last, 25, 30 years or whatever it's been, of really getting into a database, it's produced that for us, for my wife and I every year. I can count on it. I can count on it. So a couple of things. Number 1, with the database, and I get this question a lot, is who should be in my database? Who do you put in there? That's there. Everybody goes into your database. I mean, everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. I mean, you got family, you got cousins, you got high school friends, you got people you know from other jobs. Those of you that have kids that are in sports or other activities, they all need to be in your database. All of them. But guess what? It's kind of like being Michael Jordan or LeBron now. Everybody don't get treated the same. They in your database, but everybody doesn't get treated the same. Everybody doesn't get this general stuff. They go, you got 2,500 people or whatever in your database. All 2,500 don't get the same thing. But guess what? You can have a top 50. So your top 50 may get a little bit more attention. You can have people that are BC buyers or BC sellers, meaning they may do something someday, one day, or in the next 24 months, but you got to eat this month. They want to make sure the people that are ready to do something this year or these months are treated a little bit differently. Maybe the frequency that you contact them depends upon what category you put them in your database. Again, meaning, maybe everybody in your database gets a newsletter, once a month, or however often that you do it. Maybe everybody in your database gets a just sold, a just listed, or whatever it is. But then you got other folks in your database that they need to be getting personal notes. They're getting texts. They're getting emails. They may be getting a coffee calls or a dinner opportunities with you. There are other people, and that's like how I said if I say like your top 50. These are the people that you actually spend maybe a little money on, but more importantly, you spend more attention on. Because if your database gets that big, you're not going to be able to spend a whole lot of attention with 2,500 people. But everybody should be able to, it's a touch. It's a touch. I'm a firm believer, and for those of us who are in KW, or you read the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, and you should read it if you haven't. I think it's one of the best real estate books, business books that's out there. But they talk about how many touches that you have with different people per month. You will hear the term 36 touch. And they say 36 touch, meaning that you touch base with people 3 times a month. If you touch base with people 3 times a month, I can personally tell you, if you will utilize the 36 touch system, the 36 touch system, and you have a database of at least 100 people, you got 12 deals there. It's like clockwork. You got 12 deals. If you could just have 100 people, then you better. And how many of you that have a database have less than 100 people, and you ain't got rich people? But I'm gonna ask you why. You know, just from the average age of all of us here in the room, we know 100 people. You know, so there's absolutely no excuse to not have at least 100 people. So no matter what your aspirations are in business, you should be able to do 10 deals, 12 deals every year out of 100 people in the database. Now, does that mean it's going to necessarily be one of them that purchase? No. But if they refer you to someone that purchases, isn't that part of your database? Instead, this is like not stuff that's an accident. It's not stuff that I'm just blowing out. That these are proven numbers that if you do, that's just for 100 people. Okay, so that's number one. You want to put everybody in your database. What pieces of information should you have of each person? You want to have as much as possible, but there's some basics. You want to name. Like there's certain people that don't deserve it. Use your database as something that people have to earn the right to get into as well. Everybody shouldn't get in your database. Let me think about it. Let's just keep it real. There's some folks you don't want to talk to, like ever. No, there's so why you put them in your database and talking to them all the time? If they will make you miserable, if they're just not people that fit your business model, they don't get in my database. And if you're in the database and you start acting up, you can get taken out. I mean, this is my business. This isn't, you know what I'm saying? This isn't Veronica's business. This isn't my wife's business on this side. This isn't this is my business. So I choose the way I want my business to go. You know, I can't get everybody anyway. You know what I'm saying? I want to build a business where I'm enjoying the people I'm working with, I'm helping people, I'm adding value, they respect me, they're loyal to me, and vice versa. That's why I want my database. I don't want a whole bunch of flaky folks up in my database, and I'm sending money out too, I'm sending stuff to all the time. No. You know, that stuff we're talking about doing costs money. And if I don't feel comfortable enough to pick up the phone, I look at you to show up on my daily thing, and I don't want to call you, yeah, you don't need to be in the database. Right? But anyway, so you want the information that you want, either their name, their numbers, their email address. If you can, and I'll tell you, I fall short on some of this stuff a lot of times, because a lot of stuff I learned later. But if you can build the habits correctly now, it'll really help you with birthdays, you know, their kids' names, you know, their spouses' names. If you can get additional email addresses, now I wouldn't get it for the kids, that's kind of creepy. But for the other spouse's information, you know what I'm saying? Add that. If there's anything special, if they're actually maybe they are on your kid's ball team, add that and categorize that. Excuse me. And you put that stuff in your database. Why? Because your database gets bigger. You want to be able to remember. Now, Dave, if I were doing this again, like from scratch, because sometimes I would do stuff after I started doing it. If I were you and I was starting this, every person that you can, you get their social media stuff. You get their Facebook information. You get their Instagram information. And if you really want to take it to the next level, you put them in groups on your Facebook stuff. So now when we're talking about touching and this and that, you got listed, you got sales, whatever specific business stuff, you're now talking to your same database, your friends, your family, et cetera, et cetera. And now you've got a group, and it costs you how much money? It costs you nothing. You send stuff, they read when they want to read it, they don't read it, that's okay. Because guess what? That's the same thing that they do when you send out postcards. Sometimes you send out postcards or whatever, they stay under the trash can. Oh, yeah, stop something. Oh, yeah, that's as far as it goes. But it cost me something to print it, design it, mail it, and it go right in trash. Now I can just click send. I have my face, my picture on it, some information, and if y'all hit delete, it didn't cost me nothing. But I still got over what I was looking to get over is a touch that you still remember me as being out there, right? So you definitely want to do that. You need to develop, build if you're a builder, like Michael's a builder, I'm not a builder, but you need to have some sort of drip campaigns. You need to have some sort of drip campaigns. It's just like we're talking about touches, right? So see, you put together a drip campaign, so now you never have to worry about the touches. You don't have to worry about what day you send out the note. You don't have to worry about is this the day to call such and such. You don't have to worry. You put this stuff into your database properly, and your database will tell you. And it'll tell you when you're supposed to do something. It'll tell you, that, right? And then all you gotta do is work and listen to your database. Don't look at your database tell you gotta call 10 people. You go, no, I'm calling 3 today. You say call 10. Do what your database says to do, right? To develop that consistency. So you as far as the campaigns, how do you get them? Please, like if you are, you can do chat GPT now. But let's suppose though, you're like me. You didn't take no time to build that. You just need to get something in. Yeah, but there are plenty of people if you're using any database, especially if you're using KV Core though, or any CRM, that you can buy the drip campaigns. As a matter of fact, currently, everybody that has KV Core, you already have drip campaigns by default. And then you can go into the default and you can change up the letters if you want to, or you can be like me and just sit them out and apologize when they're wrong. But they went out, right? But you can put that the campaigns are already specific. I just put them in and you set them, and it tells you what to do, right? So see, when I first started, you didn't have all this. So see, to me, when I see people that don't do certain things like this, now it's just too easy. It's too easy not to do it right now. This is just a form of how bad you want what you want, and versus what you say what you want. Real estate's a contact sport. It's a contact sport. You got to make contact with folks to get results. They ain't gonna just come. I don't care what guru tell you that. Or you're gonna spend your way into it, and if you can do that, and you're cool with that, that's okay too. So I'm not cheap. Cheap though. I'm not trying to spend a whole bunch of money to talk to somebody that I could have talked to anyway without spending the money. You follow me? I tried some of the other stuff, and the leads they got me, people I already knew, and people that if I just spent another 5 minutes on the phone, I'd have got it. But now I just spent X amount of dollars with you to get the same folks. I'm not saying anything wrong with it either. I'm just saying for me it didn't work, or doesn't work. It doesn't make me feel good. That's me, right? I keep taking these glasses on and off because I'm still vain. There's also people you can buy campaigns from. When we switched over to KV Core, I went in and I wasn't 100% sure with some of the default stuff, and I went to a lady in KV Core, and I actually like her campaigns. But there's not just her. There are quite a few to choose from if you're using KV Core. And like Silver's was what, $59? Was it $99? It's something cheap. It's something cheap that they give you. You plug it in, and now it's got your name to it. Everything comes up in your name. It's already done, fit and trusted. There's a lady named Patty Sampson. I really like Patty stuff. I used Patty stuff before I came to EXP because it worked real good with Lion Desk. But she has stuff there. She's an EXP now. She's one of those people you should have talked to, I didn't talk to, and now she's an EXP and doing all this really great stuff, but not in our success team. That's why you talk to everybody, right? But I do give her a personal endorsement. I really like her information. But there's a lot of people out there. You go to the workplace, KV Core, by the way, as I'm talking about the workplace, they have discussion groups, they got a lot of stuff that you can go in and get questions answered and interact really well. So the other thing is this, is that when I start talking about database, we're really talking about having a CRM. Does everybody know what a CRM is? That's what KV Core is at. Everybody know what it stands for? Client Relational Management. client
Oh, client.
relational management. That's what your CRM is, I think. If I'm wrong, I'll ask ChatGPT.
Client or customer?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, either one.
Yeah, throw something in there. But that's what it is, right? So, like me personally, I use KV Core, and I actually have used Top Producer for years, and I still use Top Producer. I ain't been telling nobody to buy it or not buy it. There's a lot of features about it that are antiquated, but what I personally like about, that I think is good about Top Producer is I think that it keeps recording information and that your transactions and people where I do certain things with real well. It's a little bit more old school. Like nowadays though, you want something that connects online, that can connect directly. One thing that's really great about KV Core is that it's really interactive for all the stuff that we do now. It's really interactive with social media and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can just push, point, click, and go. So, but those are what are the ones that I personally use. And right now, a lot of the stuff with KV Core, we have a personal virtual assistant, and I actually haven't heard do a lot of stuff in it. But I would tell you that you should learn it yourself as well, at least learn the basics. And I'm sure Michael will touch on this. Don't feel like you got to go learn each and every aspect of it or anything else that is a technology, because it changes too quick. You don't have to be an expert. You just got to get stuff out. And you don't have to know oohs and outs and how it works and why it works and why is it connected to this and what electron, but I don't know all that. You need to put folks in it and put it to work. Okay?
Top Producer connected to MLS. Can you do drugs?
I believe that you used to could, but it's an add-on. That's one of the things I didn't like about Top Producer. You got to keep adding stuff on. So add-ons cost. So I don't want to be adding on. I want something that's comes one time. It's got all the stuff for you, so I pay one price. I don't want to be like getting piecemeal, But does it do it? Yes. But by the time it's something that you'll start out paying $32 a month with, by the time you put all the add-ons in it, you're close to $100. Your KV Core is in your fees that you already pay for $85 a month. That's part of what you do. So you're already getting that. So in my opinion, it shouldn't be heavy lifting. I'm already paying for it, and everything that I'm going to get in Top Producer, if I add on, it's still going to be more expensive than what I'm getting right now for $85 a month. Right?
So I have a question about KV Core. So,
Well, Ron, do me a favor, hold your KV Core question.
Okay.
Because I just going to go over more in detail. I probably talked too much about it already anyway, slow me down. Which CRM should you use? The one that you're going to work. Now, obviously, we're talking about KV Core or Top Producer, whatever it is, but the key is it don't matter what you get if you ain't going to use it. If you're not, if you are better where you use the 8.5 cars and that's better for you, you should do that. If you need just to write stuff down on a planner or a notebook and that works for you better, and you're going to do it, use that. So there are plenty of other CRMs out there as well. If you, like say you're already using a Realty Juggler or Real Geeks, or there's a whole bunch of, if you're already using one of those and you're comfortable with it and say it fits your style more, use it. But the key is to do that, to use it for what it's meant to do. Otherwise it doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters if you're not going to work. So that's on that part. The things at least I feel that a good CRM needs to, we kind of touched on, is I think that a CRM needs to be able to do all the things that you want done in the way your business is today. Meaning you should be able to text from it. You should be able to get letters written from it. You should be able to store items. If you want to have your transaction, they should be there. They should be able to connect specifically. You can get a KV Core, for instance. You go right to, you put your properties and things like that. You can put them right online. Go right to Facebook, right to Twitter, right to Craigslist. I don't know if it does Craigslist anymore, but you can go directly to stuff that would normally take time out of your day to either figure it out, and I want to do this, or apply it. You want it to be able to do something where it's point, click, go. You set it, whatever, because your time is best spent being directly interactive with conversations of some sort with people. You know, you're not getting paid real estate commissions to learn how to be a great KV chorus or anything else, right? You're getting paid to help people, help families. That's what we get paid for. You know, no revenue to share if there's no revenue, right? So that's really what we do. I am really big, and I think that you should. If you're not, I think that you should get big on video. Do video. Don't be scared. Don't care how you look. Now look how I look. Look how I look on video, or if I get here in person. This is who I am. It's not who I am. It's who I be. This is it, right? So don't be so concerned about that. Don't worry about taking a whole lot of takes. If you guys see if you guys pay attention to any of my videos, it's a one take wonders, dude. If I say something wrong, it's wrong, but I'm gonna do the next thing. I'm not taking 3, 4, 5 takes. I'm not worried. I'm not looking at the lighting. You get what you get. Well, yeah, okay. But because you get what you get, because let's keep it real. When I sit down, and I bet ain't nobody in here, including myself, to raise your hand and say, all the videos I send out to our team, look at it. You know, I don't look at all my own videos. But guess what? You know I sent you something.
Yep.
Is that a touch? Yes. That's as much as a touch as it is if you get to just listen to just so. And every now and then I might say something good, so you start thinking about what I missed. So I didn't listen to the last video. Right? I told you and also, if I'm a big BombBomb user. Don't you guys know BombBomb? BombBomb is a third party that you can do your videos on, almost like a separate database that you can do your videos on, store them. And the good thing about BombBomb is that you can schedule your videos, and it will tell you when somebody opened it. It will tell you how long they watched. Oh yeah, I know all y'all you open up. I know when you share them. I know when you open them up and you look at them more than one time. I know how long you look at it. I just put this video on, and I looked at it 25 seconds. I'm thinking like, really? You know, I don't say that, of course. But the point of the matter is that you know that. Well, here, guess what? BombBomb is, see, here's the thing. BombBomb is $59 a month, right? For the amount of people live. 59 or 6, whatever. $59 a month, right? Guess what? You can get the exact same, I've been using BombBomb a long time. You can get the exact same BombBomb application in KV Core for an additional $30. So now all of a sudden, no, you're in KV Core, and if you get it, you'll notice when people are looking at your properties, there's going to be something that comes over, it'll say when they looked at it, and at the bottom it'll say respond, call, text, or core video. Guess what? Now you can click on the core video, and I can just say, hey, Cindy, I saw that you just looked at the house, and you have any questions on it? Hey, I see that your activities increased and looked at such properties. Are there any questions that we can ask? Do you want to see any yet? Are they getting that from other agents? How much time does that take me to do? As much time as I just did with y'all.
Yes, didn't we get 10 free ones anymore?
Did we get what?
10 free BombBomb.
Yes. But I mean, think about it. If you get your database of 2,500 people,
Oh, right. I'm just
or
saying.
whatever it is, you're gonna pick which team.
Right.
But yes, you do get 10 for free. I think it's 10 for free a month.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think. So, well, I went ahead and spent the extra $30. I spent the extra $30, and I've already spent what I spent on monthly on the other one. And I didn't get rid of it. The reason I didn't get rid of the other one is because they could not assure me that I wouldn't lose the addresses and the videos of what I've been using with BombBomb for years. Now I'm told that you can. I'm told that you can do that. But certainly I got time to do it. I probably don't need it, but I'm scared to lose it. that type of thing, I'm gonna lose something. But you can, but if you're not using Brown right now, you definitely should take your hat on in KV Core if you're using KV Core to do it. I'm not gonna say it'll change your life, but it'll definitely help you with your business. You gotta be seen. Video's the way to go. And you can take those videos, you can record videos there, you can send that directly on Facebook. Why do you get all that? Why do you get so much stuff from these? You get stuff because it's easy. I can do it, plug it, blah, 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 put folks in. On the bottom line, I got a whole ESP business thing. For all the people that are not successful, I can put in their email, they can come in, send on, and then as we send stuff out, and it all goes to one people. I can schedule what day, what time it comes, when it goes, you know, and it is so easy because now you're not sitting around worried about putting together content and stuff that you will spend time on versus allowing the technology to do what it's supposed to do so that you can do what you want to do. Remember, technology, the purpose of this stuff, the purpose of having a database, the purpose of using a CRM, the purpose of those things is to make life easier. It's not replacing you. It's not replacing human contact. It's not replacing follow-up. It's not replacing you, but it's supposed to make it easier. Where you're going to fool around and you have enough stuff going in your technology with your CRM that you are going to be forced to do what you don't want to do. Talk to folks. Because it's going to do all the other stuff. They don't have nothing to do. You'll be sitting around the computer, going to be doing everything. You point, push, and click. Then you got to talk to somebody. And that's where the magic really is. The magic is our conversations that we have. And I will tell you, in a market like this, and for those of you or those of us that have been in business, say for less than 10 years, you're back to a regular market, quote unquote. We're back to a skill-based market that the majority of your time, should be spent on the reason I say spend on your database because you're spending and increasing your database, because your database, depending on whenever you want to get out of this business, is a very sellable book of business if you choose to go that route. But now it also protects specific clients from the Zillows, from the Redfins. But you're not going to outspend Coca-Cola, right? You're not going to outspend Zillow. You're not going to outspend Redfin. But what you can do is you can make yourself top of mind to a certain group of people that to you, to them, they are your Zillow. They may still go on Zillow. And they may go on Zillow and then they'll call you and say, hey, we saw this on Zillow. Hey, we saw this. That's because they're in your book of business and they trust you. They trust you more than they trust Zillow, but everybody tell them they should go to Zillow. And then they come back to you. And that's what you want. You don't necessarily have to fight this stuff. You just let this stuff do things for you so that you can do what you're supposed to do. So anybody have questions before I turn it over? I'm going to let Michael finish. Before I turn it over to Michael, anybody have any questions on that speed race I just gave? Talk to y'all. No, we're good. So while you listen to, we were having a conversation too. You guys know that, and you don't know, you should know, that ESP shareholders meeting, it's ladies May, right?
May 17th through the 20th.
So see, she made the arrangement, so she's doing good. But I would tell you guys again, if you have the ability, to go, remember we are all business partners, and we're business partners with EXP. You want to look at yourself as not just a salesperson. You want to look at yourself as a business person. So because we're business people, how many of you guys will run your own, quote unquote, run your own business and not know anything about your own books? How many of you guys would know about your business and not know what the company is going into, what they're going to do, what they're laying heavy on, what they're not laying heavy on, what they're getting rid of, what they're not? How many of you would do that if you were the CEO of that business? You would know. You have to know. Well, guess what? We are the stockholders in this company. We have stock equity ownership in this company. So if you only go with one time, go at least once. Go at least once to a shareholder meeting. If you've ever owned stock, I've owned stock a lot of years, done a lot of different things and all that. I've never gone to a shareholder meeting until you came to EXP. You know how you send your stuff to vote on? I never even read it. Whatever. I don't think, here's an opportunity though where you should know. Because there's going to be two things that are going to happen to you when you go to a shareholders meeting. The first thing is you are going to realize how big, how strong our company at EXP is. And you are going to feel so comfortable. You are going to have so much confidence. You'll stand up in a room like this, and you will be able to not have any waiver whatsoever if you made the right decision on where you're at, where you're going, and why they should be. And if you really want to take it to the next level, if you can, people, let me tell you something, your business people, some of your real estate, other real estate careers, and some of them have been around for a while, and some of them are real flashy, and some of them look like they've been doing really well, they broke right now. You know, they broke. Let me tell you, I was talking with a property manager. I was in a meeting last night. Been blessed. I represent y'all to be in they call the exclusive real estate academy. So anyway, I got people. So anyway, I was there last night and talking to someone locally here in property management. You know who it is. Dave's ex-partner. And he told me how many real estate agents and mortgage professionals are renting their homes and are behind. Are behind in their rent, not even ownership, in their rent. See, the things that we're talking about doing, these are business building activities that keep you out of that category. But guess what? If there are people that are in our business, there are people that need our business model. There are people that need to only have to spend $85 a month, be on an 80-20 split, cap at $16,000, and be able to all of a sudden be able to stop and start to build a retirement. There are people that need to have the opportunity to earn passive residual income, as we do in the company. I mean, you got friends right now, they're not gonna say that to you. They're gonna post about how they just did this great thing and they sold the house for $50,000 over the market and one of the greatest real estate agents in the world. I've never seen a company or industry that has so many number ones. Everybody's number one. How can everybody be number one? Everything. But the reason why I'm saying that to you is that sharing this opportunity with some of the people that you know, some of the friends that you have, politely. I mean, you don't go up to them and say, I know you broke, let me tell you about ESP. I mean, but to politely give them some things that they're probably not getting at some of the other companies. And if you really want them to see the big picture, if you can get them to go to a shareholders meeting, go to a big event, and all of a sudden they walk into an event and there's 6, 7, 8, 9,000 people that are talking about the company, then they can see the growth in it. And that's one of the biggest things that Paul and I did, and as he was speaking. The other thing I would tell you though is this: you're not in this alone. If you guys have, Rick Rose tells me this all the time. I know a lot of stuff, but I don't utilize him enough. I don't utilize him enough. I don't utilize the people I'm in business with enough. So for those of you here, utilize it. I don't even know talk to any of you. If you got people that you're thinking about being in the business with, let's talk about what we need to do and let me talk about it. Because I'm going to tell you, I can sit in front of Gary Keller, I can sit in front of Mr. Remax, I can sit in front of anybody right now, and they are not going to be able to tell me that their business model is better than what I got. And ain't nobody going to be able to tell me that as where we were at in our business 4 years ago, when we decided to make the jump here, there's nobody that will be able to tell me that I would have been better staying where I was at. Nobody will be able to tell me that. See, but you got to get to the point where you feel that for yourself. Where you sit in front of somebody and somebody asks you a question and tell you something that ain't really true, and you stand, you kind of go, no, Gary, your profit sharing model is broken. It doesn't feel like the revenue share model I got, because I got 8 cents last month from your profit share. As a vested agent that's been there 15 years. How you gonna tell that? I made a little more than 8 cents in revenue share. I'm just saying. So anyway, you want to get to that level. So with that being said, I'm bringing Michael up. I'm sorry, Clara. My wife was speaking, and Michael's going to come up because he's the real star of the show.
One quick thing in regards to the shareholders meeting in Orlando. For every ticket that you buy, you can bring a non-EXP agent with you at no cost. So just a heads up. They are not gonna be able to go to everything, but they can go to some things, and they will be able to get the experience. So for every ticket that you purchase, that's available to
Do they
us.
have to be agents?
I don't believe so, they just have to be non-EXP, so I believe, I'll have to make sure, but I believe you can bring anyone. So,
So I'm going to, I can give you something different. Normally, you know, Michael stands up here and he starts telling folks about it all. I don't know, this, that, and the other, why we mad and all that. But guess what? I get to introduce Michael this time. Because Michael's about to do something I can never do. Michael can deal with it. Michael has mastered the part of And I would tell you guys that don't utilize people. Michael's a great person to utilize. I will also tell you, as you are bringing in Asian attractive people or recruiting people, I know they're supposed to say that, when you bring people to this company and they need a mentor, now nobody else a mentor as well, Michael is an excellent mentor. Now you gotta ask him first because he's busy, if he can take them on. But you're talking to a guy looking at you know, like a year, the year before we came over, that we had with the same office. I mean, he had just started. I think his first transaction we did together. First transaction back we did together, and he was getting no help with where he was at. And when I mentioned to him that the one I was moving, Michael decided to make a move. Well, the reason why I bring that up is Michael made a move, but then guess what he did? He got help and went to work. And he got help and went to work, and he immediately became a captain. He immediately captain. You're talking about a guy that was not having the same success because he was not having help at where he was at. So they would come over here, utilize the tools, check into the stuff, and all of a sudden the guy is a capper. So with that being said, Michael's going to teach you a lot about KV Core. He's going to teach you some stuff that I paid for, and he was able to build. So Mike, come on up. Your turn, buddy.
All right, guys. Thank you, Elgin. Of course, just like Elgin said, we have our database, right? And that's what we use, what we need to focus on. What's the best database to use? Or what's the best CRM that you're going to use is the one that you're actually using. So your CRM is just where we hold our database, and it's a tool that we use. So he said there's top producer, there's all the other ones. KV Core gives us, EXP gives us KV Core, and that's what we use for our database. With it, you can do so many things. It makes things so simple. It's like, you know, I tell people, rotary phone, and now you have an iPhone, right? You have all your stuff in your book, and now you can take it and you can just use it all in your phone. So that's all we're doing. We're taking things and putting it into our iPhone so that we can effectively, or our smartphone, if it's not an iPhone, for those that are Android users. But we're just taking it and putting it into our smartphone. That's all we're doing with the KV Core. So it does what he said. Number one, gives us better client management. It increases our efficiency so that we are able to communicate with everybody much faster. It will improve our follow-up, right? It allows us systematically to keep up with market trends because it integrates with the MLS, right? It integrates so we can send things via social media with it. So we can quickly keep the market trends up. And then it just keeps us better organized. What it does not do is pick up the phone. It does not go and have the meetings. It does not have, our whatever we're gonna need to do. We have to meet with our people, or have to make our appointments. So we need to use it, we need to get into it and use it, but we need to remember that last part. It's the CRM. We need to work our database, and we are the final step that makes everything happen. So like you said, you only do it when you use it. It only helps you when you use it. So real quick, does everybody here you all logged in, or you guys all have your accounts and everything with KV Core? Has everybody gone through at least like the setup, and you're gone through the setup? Because when I first got in, I was like, oh, this is scary. I don't know. But it's a walkthrough. You can go through, there's an introduction and walkthrough to tell you, go through here step by step by step by step and do it. And if you get caught, guess what? There's YouTube. And you can go through a lot of the things that I'm trying to show you guys today. I did on YouTube. I found out on YouTube. So it's just like, hey, how do you do this? Let me YouTube it and then go watch it over again, watch it over again, watch it over again. Who knows that King Court has open house act? No?
What's what?
An open house act. If you were doing an open house, right, like this is where the automation comes in. If you had a campaign, say, so that if somebody comes to your open house, right, what should we do? As soon as our open house comes, we should reach out to contact the people that come to our open house, right? I get busy. I go pick up my signs, I drive, I get home. My kids say, oh, you know, Dad, what's wrong? My wife tells me, you know, let's go have dinner. And then 9 o'clock that night, I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta find a way to get covered. So in KV Core, you can set up your campaign, right? The open house ends. You can end it